Folks, thanks for tuning in. So today I've got a really neat build. It's I'm building at Warwick Homestead for the first time, and I think ever. I don't think I've ever really built there. I don't really like the place, but I decided, screw it. But I ended up coming up with like a really lore-friendly build, and I really like how it turned out. So my little backstory is that the Warwicks annexed the Atom Cats. In exchange for protection, the Warwicks would let them set up shop on their land and like build whatever there, and would also, you know, provide them with food and stuff like that. So not only do the Warwicks benefit from this, but spoiler alert, if you don't know, you should already know this by now. But Roger Warwick, being a synth, was sent to stay at the Warwick Homestead, and you know, for like crop development and like farming and stuff like that, for like advancements. But now with this deal on the plate, the Warwick, or Roger Warwick, is now kidnapping Atom Cats because of their extensive knowledge of power armor and turning them into synths. But I mean, the whole family kind of benefits from this, so no one really cares, or nobody really even knows about it. So that's a little backstory I got on this place so far. There's a couple of other things I'll explain when I get to them, but this part is just the like the front gate. Kind of took it from the Atom Cat's actual place. A lot of cars set up. They kept probably, I don't know, dragged them over here somehow. But a lot of cars set up along the side of it. A lot of buses. This is only the Warwick side is finished. This took me like 3 days to figure out and like dial down. But like, so I'm only gonna show the like the front half of it. I'm not gonna, like, I haven't even started building the Atom Cats half yet. I am dreading it, to be honest, because it's gonna be in the like the water purification tank, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass to build. I can already see it, because I'm gonna have to rebuild all the catwalks and shit, and I'm not looking forward to it. But if there's anything like this, because this was pretty difficult to build as well, or at least think of, if there's anything like this, it shouldn't be too bad. Or it's gonna end up difficult, but it'll look pretty sick. Because I'm really excited how this turned out. You'll see inside in a second. But this is like the front gate area, and this is where like the guards on shift would sleep. Obviously not in their power armor, because they probably couldn't fit through these doors. But just as a little workbench area. Go up the stairs. I like how this turned out. There's not really a lot in it, but I think it's really cool. I've been doing this a lot, which I wish there was more flags, like plain ones, because I've been reusing a lot of them. But yeah, this family is super American and really into the Minutemen. But if you go through this curtain, a little privacy flag, this is one of the bunks where, you know, one of the people on guard, or like not on shift yet, will sleep. Just a little kind of junky makeshift area. Got these beds hanging from the wall. Those are pretty neat. They don't actually work as beds, like you can't sleep in them, but it's aesthetically pleasing. And then through the other curtain, you've got like another little living area. Not too much on this side, but I think this was the first one I did. Then I went over the top on the one back there. And then there's a little guard shack. Obviously haven't gotten anyone assigned to it yet. I don't really bring settlers into settlements until I finish building it, because I don't like dealing with them. They always get in the way, and they never do what I want anyway, so as much time away from them as possible is needed. But yeah, this is a little guard shack for the front. And this, which I think turned out really neat, if I do say so myself, is a Mirelurk cake shop. Now, since like the Atom Cats are now branching out, they're having people come down, and like with your character going out and telling people in Diamond City about Mirelurk cakes down in the Warwick Homestead, that branched out to like people would go down and try them themselves, then tell other people in the Commonwealth. It spread through the whole Commonwealth. Little Shitty's Pub and Grub, which is my little bar brand or franchise I've got in the Commonwealth, heard about this, bought out the recipe to the Mirelurk cakes and built them a little shack to sell it, since they were getting so much business and didn't know what to do with it. Shitty's Pub and Grub came and dragged a boat out of the water, set up shop, and now you got a little Mirelurk cake shop. Owned by Shitty's Pub and Grub. You just can't see. There's no signs anywhere yet. But if you didn't know, Shitty's Pub and Grub is the name I give to all the bars that I make in any of my builds. She's not working, but since I don't know the mom's name, but Mama Warwick, since she's an ignorant B-word and doesn't do anything that you tell her to do, her daughter, who is probably, I'm sure, much happier getting caps, selling Milo cakes from home than being kidnapped and having to sell her body for caps, took the job instantly, and now she sells Milo cakes out of this little shack here. But I'm really stoked how this turned out. If she moves out the way, I can like show you what it looks like in here. It's just really, you can't. Ooh. You got. Thank you. God damn it. Nope. There we go. Yeah, just a tiny little kitchen area. I try to think of it, like, try to make it as food truck as possible, and I think it turned out pretty neat, if I do say so myself. I mean, I'm going to be saying that a lot this episode because I think this place turned out pretty sick, if I do say so myself. Moving this way, the Warwicks learned to harness the power of the gods. They learned how to control weather. So they've got like the one on the left shoots kind of a distress beacon, one of those little red beacons, and so the other Atom Cats can see if they're under attack. They can come provide backup. You didn't see it was red. I got distracted. But this one is where they harness the power of the gods and they learn to make the sky clear. And now they can grow shit all day and just fire this off whenever it starts raining. And you can turn it off, it doesn't make any noise. That thing is ignorant as fuck. But moving on inside, this is going to be kind of a longer episode, I guess, because I've got the whole upstairs to go through. But the inside part is just where I sectioned off where they were living, so they didn't have to live with like the peasant working class or servants or whatever the people they call them that work here. They get their own rooms now, which is a lot better, a little more privacy. Didn't do anything to the front little corridor, but if you go in this way, this is the pet deer or moose that they once had, and now he's passed away, and they have a photo of him that they pray to every night, that he's having a nice time in moose heaven. But I sectioned the rooms off, so over here is the kid. I don't know his name, I forget his name, but this is the kid's room. Since the Atom Cats moved in, he's a little bit more into like building and stuff like that, so he's got his own little workshop area, which the girl's not happy about because she lives in a cubicle with a bunch of garbage in it, and the kid gets all the space, but whatever, c'est la vie. And then this is the chick's room, also don't know her name, the Myler Cake Shop girl. This is where she sleeps. I assume maybe she's into music and like is trying to rebuild an old record player and trying to get this thing to work. They're trying to pull together any remnants of a teenage or pre-war teenage life. But then you go out of this room, which is those pesky Mirelurks that kept attacking the homestead. They hung one on the wall. The kitchen over here is to get the hot plate to work, you have to put it on an old car battery, and it heats it up real nice. But don't touch it because it'll explode. Just a small little kitchen area where they and the main help sit and eat dinner. Oh, and I don't know, I thought this was pretty neat. I didn't have any room to put a stove, so I just crammed it into the top of the little countertop thing, and it ended up looking pretty sick, so hell yeah. But moving on into the parents' room. There's kind of a small sort of workshop-y area. Not workshop-y, but more of like an office where they can crunch numbers and shit for the little Myler cake stand and, I don't know, sleep at night, whatever. And then this over here is sort of just a living room lounge sort of area. And then if you go upstairs, this accidentally turned out pretty cool. Is where the help, all the people that live in the settlement that aren't the Warwicks, this is where they all live. I had to put each floor tile in individually, and it was a huge pain in the ass. Like none of them would snap together, so I had to use the Place Anywhere mod and put them all in place myself. So they're all pretty crooked, which I guess is pretty cool, but it looks more realistic. But it was a pain in the ass to make. Now this is one of the servants, I guess. My little thing is pre-military. This is sort of like my little homage to my military career, I guess. But just like a little mock version of my dorm room when I was in tech school. But yes, a shitty little hole with only, because I only had a sheet for privacy, a little flag for privacy, and all this little ammo cases, and some Napoleon-esque painting on his wall, and all his military gear, like a little cross for maybe a lost buddy of his, and his uniform and all that stuff, and an enlistment poster. Just like typical shit that I feel like, you know, people that like where I slept and like people that slept around me, like where they, like what their shit looked like. So neat little, and some jet and some alcohol to, you know, take away the night terrors of killing Vietnamese kids and shit. And then you go on to this part, and these are kind of like more hastily put together, less themed, sort of like not a common area, but like where the rest of them sleep, because he's the only important one in this room, because he gets his own privacy curtain. He's just lucky. But this is a little living area. I guess this couch also serves as a bed. Two dudes play chess, shot for shot kind of thing, and a bobblehead as a king, I guess. I don't know. And then a little living area here. I don't know why. I started doing it in the other parts of the build, and I had to go back and like change some stuff because for some reason I had a lot of like Nuka Girl and like chick posters, and it just like whatever reason all the help that the Warwicks hired are all like degenerates and just beat off constantly on their free time and shit. So he's the only degenerate that I've got. Like he just, I don't know, does his thing to this Nuka Girl poster in an open room full of dudes. But what he does with his time is what he does with his time, I guess. But this is where that degenerate lives. That's all porn. And over here is sort of, I don't know, like I don't know what theme I was going for with this. Like I tried to put some backstory together with that Deathclaw hand, but I couldn't really throw anything together. So it was like a weird guy that likes gnomes and killed a Deathclaw and eats a lot. This is where that dude sleeps. And then over here, just kind of through like, I don't know, they're growing, like seeing how you can grow things inside, like experimenting with this stuff. So put some like grow lamps against the walls. Those shelves are actually not shelves. They're part of the grow lamp system. But yeah, they can work on this stuff like, you know, on their off time, little experiments and stuff. And then over here is a workshop where they're kind of toying with the idea of getting like a Warwick Atom Cat power armor build. I like the way this arm turned out. It's one of the skins from UCO, I think it is. Pretty neat little skin though. And then just a little workshop area right here. They kind of just build shit on their free time or whatever. But if you notice this little hole, I don't know if you can get back there anymore. You can't get back there. Oh, I don't know if I can get back though, is the problem. That little hole right there is right above, we're going to call him Billy. I don't know the kid's name. Kid Warwick sneaks up at night when everyone's sleeping and tinkers with shit and steals tools so that he can work on stuff downstairs because he's super into building stuff now. But anyway, that's the entire upstairs. I'm gonna have to do another video like when I finish building the Atom Cat section of it, because I haven't even started that yet and I'm already like 3 days in. So stay tuned for that. That should be up within the next week or next couple days. Depends on how much I get done with work and all that shit. But thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate the subscriptions. I'm almost at 200, which isn't a lot, I guess, to, you know, some people, but to me it's a big deal. So I'm thinking of once I get to 200, I'm going to do like a little giveaway or like prize kind of thing or contest. Something to kind of give back for you guys subscribing and liking the videos and get my views up and shit like that. So I really appreciate all the views and subscriptions. Keep it up. As always, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below with any questions, comments, concerns, blah, blah, blah. And stay tuned for 200 subscribers, so because there will be a giveaway or prize or something like that when I get to 200. So not a big deal to you, big deal to me. So I'm giving back. So thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for the rest of the build probably next week. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.